Ready boys? Welcome back to Danganronpa. एंड लास्ट टाइम जब मैंने छोड़ा था तो मैंने बीच में ही फाइनल केस का छोड़ा था फॉर द फाइनल वीडियो. ये मेरा फाइनल वीडियो रहेगा मोस्ट प्रोबेबली बट इज अ थिंग राइट. मैं कल करना चाहता था ये कंप्लीट बट unfortunately I fell ill. I had a fever. I came up with a fever and I'm kind of good now. So I should be able to record stuff. So we came to know Junko is basically the mastermind and everything.
And for reasons deeper
This
and
auto.
darker than the ocean. Ha! As if!
Well, I suppose I'd better
Well-
explain.
Uh, okay. How many personalities does she have?
For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes.
Yeah, I already know that is because there's only one person who could set me up like that. You know?
The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that.
Yeah, no, I already know it does. And I already made it clear in the last episode or in the episode before that who the culprit I think is.
But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with.
I like how Kyoko is like, देख इधर, देख इधर.
Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem.
But the thing is, Kyoko might be doing like देख इधर, but the culprit is on the other side. I'm just like,
She had what I call the three atrocities: atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive.
yeah, I get what you're saying. We saw all that in the first episode.
It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Yeah, most probably.
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines.
Damn.
Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away.
Wow.
Which is precisely why I killed her, to meet everyone's expectations.
This chick is straight up savage, man. Like, what the heck?
Can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
Okay.
I've never been a stickler for following a
Oh.
plan to the letter, you know?
What? How many personalities does she have? I don't understand.
If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring.
Seriously, what the heck?
So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
Wow.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal,
Pretty much, I guess so.
just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
I mean, she did say this wasn't supposed to happen in the very first episode, so it makes sense where she came from. Yeah. Yeah.
So, you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
She's a maniac, dude. What do you think?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope, I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all.
Is that so?
When I was born, I cried tears of total despair.
I'm doing something right now.
So that's
Someone
why for
messaged me.
us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
That's not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be sad?
What?
That's why it gets me so excited.
What?
Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it.
Wow.
It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 super despair. It just feels so good.
Holy shit, this chick is actually mentally
What the hell
destroyed.
is wrong with you?
And my sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts.
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
Wow.
No, I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Cause on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
Huh? Don't you mean had that noble blood?
Oh.
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow! You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Are you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer! So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start floating!
Damn straight! That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries. And then we'll have our victory!
I can't wait!
All right, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean... I got it! It must have something to do with our entrance day exams.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
Anukumar told us the memories that stole from us and what they must be related. The founding of Hope Peak Academy. What? No?
Shoot!
Because that was everywhere. I thought that would have definitely been the case. What they must be related to, it must be... this?
I got it!
Monitors?
You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other,
Oh.
right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners.
I won't lie, I like this Junko's pose. That she does, the JoJo pose that she does.
So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
Yeah,
Theme?
I saw
Yep,
that.
you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
Monokuma gave us for the first model. Monokuma gave us those DVDs. Oh yeah. They had a dream they all shared. So the first murder, human connections. As to human connections, right?
I got it!
Yeah.
The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Yep.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships.
Exactly.
For example, your family. For example, your friends.
Alright.
I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay! Time for the next question!
What?
So, what was the theme for the second motive?
Second was Mondo's killing, right? Ah, secrets. Yeah. The past. It has to be the past or the strong heart, right?
I got it!
Yeah, the past.
It was our past, right?
Yep.
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets! Yeah! And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
Not exactly.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Not exactly. Mondo didn't do it to keep his secret. He was frustrated. Frustrated by the fact that Chihiro was bringing up his own past. Like, he saw his own past self in Chihiro. And that's the reason why he did it. Because he didn't want to remember all his memories about how his brother died and everything. That's not exactly to keep a secret, right? Because he was ready to reveal his secret, but the thing that he saw Chihiro doing things he did in past is the reason why he killed Chihiro. Because he got frustrated by that fact. So that's technically not keeping a secret. So yeah, I'm just saying.
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question.
Third murder.
So, what was the motive for the third murder?
Who was third? I know first one was Sayaka, second one was Chihiro. Oh, Hifumi and Mondo, right? Yeah. No, Hifumi and Taka. And lived there with a bunch of handsome man. Greed.
I got it!
Yeah, greed was the motive that
It was
time.
money, wasn't it? Greed.
Yep.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again!
They presented as
Goddamn
a man.
straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal
I will agree
gain.
there. I will agree there.
Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
Yep. I'll agree there. That was the reason
What's
she
the
killed them.
point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
Sakura's, what was he said? No. Blackmail, right? Betrayal or blackmail? It's one of those two. It can't be secrets. It has to be betrayal.
I got it!
Yeah.
In her case, it was betrayal.
Yeah.
Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards.
Yeah.
Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
But what's the point?
I
What
just wanna-
meaning is there in asking those questions now?
I just want to make this point that in this whole case I only failed thrice. Just saying, only thrice. So that's something.
Relationships, secrets, money, betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
Yeah.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
There.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
I don't understand that word.
So? You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope.
What?
Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them
I'm guessing
hope?
everybody had something bad happen to them, and that's the reason why their memories were taken away.
Plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway.
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Correctamundo!
I mean, she isn't
Which
wrong.
means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
Yeah.
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint. Huh? Really?
Then hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world.
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there?
Yeah.
I wanna see too.
Oh, what has
See
happened
your
out there?
faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame! Behold, the world beyond the school walls! This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
I wonder what has happened outside. Huh? I think that that's some bullshit. I think so that's some bullshit. I think she just is I don't think so that's happening in reality.
What the?
Dangerous. The world is grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense.
What am I looking at?
This is a scene from a movie or something, right?
What you just saw, all of you should recognize it.
What? I don't know.
That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Better kick your brain in the ass, because it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die. I don't remember ain't a fucking excuse no more, because now it's time for the final class trial.
Oh. Okay. Weirdly enough.
Come on, bitches! Remember or die!
want us to remember or whatever, but when it comes to that crazy, confusing video you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember anything. This is the end for all of us.
What other things I have? Group photos of Kyoko and Headmaster. Why would photos of Kyoko and Headmaster be
Come
here?
on, bitches! Remember or die! What the
I
fuck happened outside?
I think so it's in the Observe Bullet or
Want us to
Genocide Jack's
remember or
memory, you know
whatever,
it.
but when it comes to that crazy, confusing
So I don't
video
see
you
anything
showed
here.
us,
Kyoko is it in
I
this
don't
conversation,
understand a damn thing!
and I
What's
don't
the
see any
meaning of the
reason for.
footage we
And
saw?
group photo doesn't make any
Is
sense
this
to me.
another one of your practical jokes?
Unless it's an Observe Bullet, which I don't see
telling us
anything
to remember,
that is
but
related to it.
what am I supposed to be remembering?
I guess
Nobody
let's
can
try.
remember
Ah,
anything.
god damn it.
This is the end for all of us.
What other shit?
I should have read what Makoto is saying. I'll read what he said.
When it comes to that crate, I don't understand. What's the meaning? Is this another one?
I mean, what am I supposed
I only have 3 minutes left.
the end
Plenty of time, I
for all
think.
of us. What other choice do we have?
If I can't remember, is it all over? I mean, how can you show me something so completely incomprehensible and just say remember? If really is hopeless after all. Which she hasn't forgot. Oh,
Come on,
yes.
bitches.
I see.
What the fuck?
You want us to? When it comes to that crazy, I don't understand. What's the meaning? Is this another one?
I mean, what am I supposed to be?
Nobody.
Oh, god.
This is the end
Wait, not again.
for all of us. What a...
This is
Come
frustrating.
on, bitches!
This is frustrating right now.
You want us to? When it comes to that crate, I don't understand. What's the meaning? Is this another one?
I mean, what am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember anything.
There we go.
No, that's wrong. Actually, she might remember.
Who might remember?
The other Toko. Genocide Jack.
Yeah. I get it. Because Toko was the one who got painted, not Genocide
The
Jack.
two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
Yeah.
I see. If their memories are separate, then even if one personality's forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
Yeah.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her?
Yes.
No, absolutely not. That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity.
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on now.
Dun, 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 dun! It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial
That was good. That was good.
Boy, she just gave in like it was nothing.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately. Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
That's enough!
I like this conversation with Junko and Toko. I don't know why. It's so great.
Roger, you got it, Captain.
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but of course it does.
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do.
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Then why didn't you say something earlier? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know. Oh my
She isn't
God,
wrong.
She's the worst liar in the world.
Actually, she isn't wrong. We haven't questioned her anything.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
The tragedy?
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember with a kiss.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening, but it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Why is that phrase coming up now?
because it's all because of that event. What is? Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
What event?
Now?
Even I don't know what's happening.
The world's been destroyed, get it?
Destroyed?
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it. I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster. Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human
What is
history.
the event?
And as a result, in basically no time flat, the world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete
Yeah.
description in there!
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
Yeah.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die! To die! This is the true tragedy!
What?
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
How can the world just end? It's the world!
I
Calm down. It's okay.
don't know what's
There's
happening.
no need to panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway. So the world ending isn't that big a deal.
I mean, she isn't wrong.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
I mean, the resources in our world is really scarce right now. So
Well,
she isn't
As
wrong.
long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the story of the Togami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
What? What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Togami family?
Oh, I see what's happening here.
Correct. Well done, peasant.
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it. Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think that might be sick?
Technically, you are.
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Togami name has perished.
Stop with these idiotic jokes.
Stop! And said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
Wow.
They couldn't possibly be gone. The Togami family is destined to guide the world.
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember? It got fucked a full year ago.
Hold on. That doesn't make any sense.
Huh? I don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago. If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
Well, yeah. I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
But you, oh, they were in cryostasis kind of shit.
A few weeks ago? Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
What?
2 years ago? Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And
She
the
isn't
truth
wrong.
is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God. So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right? What are the memories I took from you?
And now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
How are we supposed to answer?
I mean, I don't know. Like, just ask her. Like, what?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
I'm guessing something to do with. It's either the entire past. I mean, not the entire past. I do remember some parts of the past, but not at the same time. The tragedy is, of course, taken a year ago. I guess the lives at
I
Hope
got it!
Academy. Okay, I was right.
If we accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope. No. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
I
That's
guess so.
right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy. And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life.
I'm guessing so.
That's not possible!
That is very possible. All the clues are leading to it. Oh wait. This is going to be something. Oh my god, the 5 different things. There are 5 different things over here? What the heck? How am I supposed to?
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single
Ah,
class!
wait.
This is all just surreal.
Yeah, no, notebook.
Plus, if 2
I'm
years have passed,
pretty sure it is
how
in notebook.
freaking old
Pocketbook
am
is for
I?
Kyoko. Because we did check that we had a hero's notebook in one of the lockers. Yeah. The notebook.
I could never lose.
We've been living here for hell no! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or heck, I've never even gone to a single class.
There we go.
No,
Because
that's wrong.
pocketbook was Kyoko's and notebook was hero's. Yeah.
Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why's my name written on it?
Because it's
I
yours.
found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
I mean, is it your handwriting?
Wuzza, is something wrong?
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt! But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing! No way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak,
Yeah.
but somehow, you forgot all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
Yeah.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hero, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
Yeah.
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here. Shit, man, I've never been to a funeral. Hell yes!
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
What?
We are bored of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
What?
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves! I'm sick of expositioning all this shit!
Figure out what?
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
No memories. Is she talking about the moment where we lost our memories? Yeah, I know when we lost our memories. It was when I fainted. Yep.
I got it!
Because we woke up and we didn't remember
I
anything.
lost my memories. I can't think of any time other than that day.
Yeah, we lost our memories when we fainted.
When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall, when I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right?
Yeah.
And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
Yes.
You got it, honey! 2 years of memories? Poof! Gone! Which means, of course...
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other.
But by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school.
Yeah.
That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated. What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this!
I love you all so much.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall
What?
in love.
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it. All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
What would that be?
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay? Back to when everyone first came to this school. School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst.
Okay.
Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
What are you?
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro. Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know? It's almost like a natural phenomenon.
I don't know what she's talking about, but I'm just trying to
Everyone
grasp
is
what is
capable of
happening.
it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
And then, something super neat happened! Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it once! So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter! That's right! It was transformed into a shelter! Ah, I said it twice!
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
The headmaster? It has to be the headmaster, right? Yeah, the headmaster. Because we saw his bones
Could only have been
and the interview.
headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us.
Yep.
To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside.
Yeah. That's what the interview is all about.
That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake. It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
You only let us live so we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because This was so much more than a simple high school death match. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why I...
Well, why don't you tell me?
In the art title that was okay. Oh, this is easy. It's hijack. They gave it so what? That was so easy to guess. There's no other.
Now I
They should have just
understand.
put in 2 words. That was easy.
You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing? By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
And they died.
Are you serious? But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
Expelled them?
I
Basically
have to
kill
thank
them.
you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies.
What?
I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
I did not understand anything. I just understand like 30% of things here.
Well, tell me, did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
What does it lead to then? I don't know.
Truth can be full of despair, too. Like right fucking now.
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
You didn't murder anybody,
And think
Tina.
about
Chill.
it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
We get it. We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already. So help us. I'll do anything. Just help me.
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No argument, no understanding.
What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself. So I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all goners for sure. Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you. For the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them!
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
Hell yes! That's funny as shit!
No! This isn't just some game to us. It's murder! Plain and simple. You stole our memories. Invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner.
My dude Makoto is going in, not gonna lie.
Fault.
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did you? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of Hope. Even if it's just one person? Oh, but don't worry. I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this.
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
You mean we just...
We'd have to just live here? She's saying she'll let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me.
No.
And make your way to the
No,
outside.
no, 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 no.
world.
This is gonna turn into another
Into a
killing
world
game if we
fallen
stay
from
here.
grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb! Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all! So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment!
What? You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down!
She's most probably gonna go with
Makoto,
Kyoko.
You're up!
Me?
Whoa,
Yeah,
wait.
you've been acting up, causing all kinds
Ah.
of trouble. I hate you!
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends? No,
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Guys?
It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
Besides, Yoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
Kyoko!
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair! We're not gonna lose to you!
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope. And your stupid life!
Ultimate confrontation. Okay.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die,
What are the things
that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
now this group photo maybe? I don't know.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab. If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Meh.
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting. So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Okay. I also have to absorb bullet here because I don't see anything that would help me. Oh wait, I have to. Okay, I did not know I had to
give up.
shoot.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
There we go.
If I were to die, that would be the end of hope.
There we go.
Don't lose hope now!
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place. But to live means moving forward, right? So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we? I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me. So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out of here.
That's the
The
boy.
whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feeling.
That's Yasuhiro. Good job, Yasuhiro.
We won't give up!
Okay, I have to do this for everybody, I
As long
guess.
as there's hope, we'll never give up!
Alright.
If I were to die, that would be the end.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the only reason we're okay is thanks to the air purifiers in the
Hira.
Don't
Hira.
lose hope now!
I've been thinking about all this, and I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do? You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm.
Yeah.
That sounds like something she'd say, right?
Yeah.
No. I think that's definitely what she'd say. Which is why Yeah! I've made up my mind!
We won't give up!
More hope stuff.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to doubt, that would be the end.
I decided to have.
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air purifier. Say whatever you want. I've made if I die. In other words, as the communal life you've all been living. Meh.
Don't lose hope now.
I don't know how I'm gonna inspire Toko, but okay.
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting. Actually, I may not look like it, but I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. Oh, but no matter what, Master has to come along with us.
So as long as Byakuya
We
does
won't give up.
give it like doesn't
As
give
long
in.
as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to doubt, that would be the end.
I dec-
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the say whatever you want. If I die, the pure, in other words, as the communal life you've all been. I can keep on living as long as I have my master's love. All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside. We're only.
Byakuya,
Don't
come on.
lose hope now.
Don't lose hope now. Yes.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous. It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair. But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you. I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive. So until I can restore the
Bruh.
Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known,
Okay, I just want to say, Byakuya is that type of character who's like, at one moment he's just such a big asshole, and then second moment he just becomes a badass. I don't know what kind of shit is that.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to doubt, that would be the end.
I deci-
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the say whatever
Wait,
you
this
want.
is
If
the
I
opening
die,
theme, isn't it?
In other words, the communal
Yeah, this
life
is the
you'll
opening theme.
keep on living. All of you will have to go into the world outside.
I already said I would claim them.
So, what are you gonna? Will you just die?
Kyoko, come on.
Don't lose hope now.
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything. Does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that? No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely.
What?
You came here to bring down the ultimate despair.
So I'm the ultimate hope.
You came here to confront despair without
that what
ever
you're saying?
giving up. And if that's true, I
Yeah.
think I could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
What the hell are you?
The ultimate hope has been
So
added.
uncool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other. It's all so uncool, so unhip. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Lame, 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 lame.
Oh, we're gonna have that, right? So Makoto gives everybody hope. Is that what it was? Yeah, we're gonna have this dance moment. Alright. I know how to deal with the dance moment now.
You suck.
Oh wow!
So uncool.
Seriously?
You dare to
Oh,
stand
shit.
against us? Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Your idiocy ends here.
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair.
You suck. What do you want?
I'm just going into tune. I don't even know where I'm clicking.
Hope is
Ouch.
a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross.
I actually have a
Suffer
50
from
combo
despair.
surprisingly enough.
Everything is pointless. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair.
Suffer from despair.
Like-
No. No.
Oh, I don't have bullets. Well, that's the reason why.
What do you want? So uncool.
Despair.
Hope keeps on going.
I had like half held. This came right down to the wire. Oh.
I refuse to give up. I refuse to get bored. I refuse to throw it all away. I refuse to despair. Because all I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward.
What's going on?
What's happening?
Is that it? That is it. Let's go. We completed. We completed this game. Finally. Finally. Let's go. Monokuma points? Are we getting Monokuma points? Yeah. Let's go.
It looks like we've reached the end.
You know what?
I think it may be time to vote.
I think so. We'll start off the next video. We'll complete the game in the next video because it's already going over time limit. I don't want to go over hour long of a single video. So I'll complete the game in the next video. See you guys in the next video.